Greetings fellow earthlings and welcome to this AI only battle. Today the Romans go up against their greatest enemies, Gaul, Carthage and the Greeks. Well, they're not really the greatest enemies. Carthage is definitely on this list. It's debatable who's actually meant to be on this list, but I went with these three. And yeah, it's going to be a bridge battle, 3 on one side, 3 on the other side. Let's choose the factions. So it's going to be AI only. So first of all, we have the Julii. That's going to be their random army. The Brutii. There we go again. Each seem to be going for a catapult. Ooh, the Scipii went for a ballista. They've definitely brought more troops, but they're probably cheaper troops, so it's going to be interesting to see how their alliance works. Gaul, a very big army they've brought there, but of course their units are cheaper. Carthage bringing the catapult for team enemy, and the Greeks bringing in 2 catapults, some cavalry, and but they've got some peasants. Who's going to win? I've got no idea, but yeah, let's find out. And so it begins. Seems like it's going to be Carthage versus Julii first to cross the bridge, and then the Brutii, the Scipii, the Gauls and the Greeks, they're all going to come in later. I don't know what's going to happen with this bridge and whether it's going to mess up the AI or what, but yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Either way, you want to be at this choke point in a way that can benefit you, like have some archers here, hopefully some phalanx unit here or something. I don't know. Carthage and the Greeks will definitely be good at that because they've already got phalanxes on the bridge. And here go Carthage, crossing the bridge. The Julii are not there yet, they're walking whilst Carthage are running. It means they're going to be tired when we get there, but they're going to get there first and that's going to be an advantage. But of course, catapult rocks coming in and they're trampling their own troops with the elephants. The first conflict begins. Oh, the Julii charge the town watch into elephants and phalanxes. That's not what you want to be charging into. They're the 2 worst things that you want to charge into head on. Catapult rocks coming in from both sides. Now you saw them hit the cavalry there. The town watch have broken. It's definitely the elephants who have done that. The elephants are just barging through now. The Julii have got to be careful. They're about to break at this point. They need to be careful. Catapult rocks, I think they're firing at their own troops in the back with those. The Brutii are in now with some auxiliary cavalry. Throwing in their javelins and stuff, probably getting friendly fire. Oh ho ho! That catapult rock there took out 4 elephants, I think. That was good. And the elephants have gone crazy. The elephants are actually going the other way. They've gone berserk, but they didn't charge into the Romans. They charged into their own troops. They're killing their own troops with the elephants. Oh, that's a big mistake. Oh, well, not a mistake. That's just unfortunate. Look at them all in the water there. That's unlucky for Carthage there. Rome, they were not doing well. They were definitely struggling, and we can see that because they were breaking. One Scipii catapult rock flies in. How could have been Brutii? Kills 4 elephants in one, just sets them alight, and then all of a sudden they go berserk. Julii have crossed the bridge now, and they came chasing after the elephants, but yeah, get out of there, I think, would be best. The Julii are now the ones to cross the bridge. They've lost a lot of troops, but you know, they've definitely destroyed Carthage. They're almost completely out of it right now. They've lost more troops on Carthage, so yeah, you know, completely destroying one army. You know, Carthage are coming back, but it's near enough destroyed one army. That's definitely helped them, but is it going to be enough for battle? It's still undecided. Look at all these dead elephants here. How many were there? That looks like 4. Yeah, 4 fried elephants there. So if you want fried elephants, then you know this is the bridge to be at. Seems like the Brutii are thinking about crossing now, and the Greeks and the Julii have come into conflict with a dead elephant here. I think that's all the elephants gone, so yeah, they used those up very early. Javelins, of course, coming in by the Greeks, trying to get some kills on these Romans. The Julii are really starting to cross over now. They've got a lot of the troops here. The Romans definitely have bridge advantage. All these dead bodies here, they were caused by the elephants. All these caused by elephants. That's all friendly fire right there. Not what Carthage wanted. And it seems like again Carthage are breaking, the Romans are doing really well. Oh, the Romans are starting to break now. But in come the Brutii with the cavalry chasing down the Greek peasants, and they haven't broken I don't think, but they're definitely pulling back. They've been caught by the Greek cavalry, so yeah, the Romans are definitely going to want to get some reinforcements in there. Oh, I thought Rome were charging Gaul then, but no. Gaul, they're going to be a little bit delayed with joining this battle, but they should get here eventually, I think. Oh, the Greek general has died. That's not going to be good for them morale. Especially seeing as though most of their army is still alive, that's going to affect this entire army. If it was Carthage's general, then it doesn't matter, it's not going to really affect anyone. Their army's already broken anyway, except for these few hoplites here. Oh, but Brutii lost theirs, and it's same again, another big army lost their general. That's not what they want. Well, of course no faction wants their general, but especially the, you know, the Brutii, the Greeks. Carthage and the Julii can possibly afford losing the general, as most of their troops are almost dead anyway, but Greeks and Brutii, they're not the ones who should be losing their general. It seems like the Carthaginian catapult has been silenced. I think that got silenced quite a while ago. What's this all the way over here? Oh, the ballista, right. Wonder if they're getting... It looks like... Oh no! They weren't getting shots. It looks like the cavalry that were retreating returned to the battle, and now they're charging Gaul in the back. They're probably going to break very soon, as it's only missile cavalry and they're out of ammunition. But it's something that could play a part later on if they get a good flanking. Of course, the Greeks trying to use their... they had a phalanx which just completely broke with a cavalry charge, which if your phalanxes break into a cavalry charge, then you know, that shows you've got bad morale. Because that's, you know, it's... The phalanx's strength is against cavalry. Just use their spears, prod the cavalry, get them down. But if that's what they break into, then that's not a good sign for the Greeks. They've got their Spartans here, they're holding out well, getting a lot of kills on the Romans. Rome, you need to charge into the back of these Spartans, otherwise they're going to last quite well, and stop getting friendly fire as well with that catapult. Oh, the Gauls have charged in now with their cavalry. It seems like the Scipii cavalry managed to counter them before they could get the flanking, and the Romans just charge in. The Gauls sending more troops. I don't know who's going to win this part here. Yeah, balance of power is very even right now. Both have lost about 30% of troops. The Romans have lost more, but it's still anyone's game at this point. Seems like the Greeks, yeah, the Greek Spartans are broken. They're going to get torn to pieces. The Gallic generals are broken as well. They're going now. It's not looking good for Team Roman enemies, or whatever I called them earlier. I think right now it's looking in Rome's favour. The balance of power, I think, is slightly in Rome's favour. Both at 37% casualties, so it's a very close one right now. And I don't think the Gauls can handle these Romans. The Greeks and Carthage could, but the Gauls, they're going to struggle. Especially if they're getting charged in the side by cavalry. That's going to break them. That's not doing me good. Yeah, broken. Oh no, that's a Brutii broken. Maybe the Gauls might have it in them. But not if they're done a... They're trying to scare them away, but they're facing the wrong way and they're immediately breaking from cavalry charges. Oh, not good for them. Being hit by javelins as well. There was some... the Greeks over here, they've got some cavalry left. We've got some elephants left as well, but I don't think they're gonna... No, they're going on. Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't think they would do much. Gaul really starting to struggle. They're clearly breaking right now. Lost a lot of troops. It's not looking good for them. Balance of power really in Romans' favour. The Greeks still have a catapult all the way over there, but apart from that, they don't have any like super decisive unit that can turn this around. They've got some heavy cavalry, so I guess that could help, but I don't think they're going to be able to break the Romans. They've now lost 52%, well 53%, and the Romans still have over 50% of the troops left. It's looking good for Rome. You know, looking at it, if Carthage, if their units did not break because of those elephants, if that shot from a catapult did not take out 4 elephants, and the elephants would have then broken the Julii, I think the Julii were about to break from those elephants at that point, then this would have been a completely different battle. I think the Romans would have lost it if that had gone any other way. But no, it's so strange how that move so early on in the battle managed to bring this. Gaul, they got Scipii in the back, but they broke. You know, if you're the one getting flanks but breaking because of the flanks, then that's not good. Imagine how you're going to do a head-on if you can't even beat them on the flank. Anyway, of course, as we can see now, the balance of power is really heavily in favour of the Romans. I think Team Anti-Rome, I change their names every time I say it. But yeah, they've only got some skirmishers left, and actually I thought, oh yeah, they've got these, some more skirmishers. I thought I was in the right point over here. I go, oh, they've got some cavalry and some of this, but no, they're gone. I can't actually see any units other than skirmishers, and these are breaking before even getting into battle. I think it's it. There's nothing more Rome can do, I don't think. Well, nothing more their enemies can do, and well done to them. I think we can end the battle. Yep, so here it is. Well done to the Romans. Well done to them. Of course, all Roman factions were allied, Julii, Brutii and the Scipii. It shows it differently because, you know, I was involved, and yeah, it just caused some problems. Oh well. Yeah, of course, we have the Scipii getting 750 kills, the Brutii almost 500, and the Julii 250. Then we have the Gauls getting 300, Carthage 150, and the Greeks almost 400. Those elephants there, Carthage, they should have been careful with those elephants. That really cost them it there. Very early on as well, right on that bridge. Had to be on the bridge as well so that they get maximum friendly fire. Can we actually still see the dead bodies? Hold on, where will they be? Let's zoom over to them. So yeah, Rome still had a lot of troops remaining at the end as well. Even the Julii had 200 troops remaining at the end. Be interesting to see how many of those deaths were due to friendly fire, but yeah, here we come. All the dead bodies still in the water, you can just see them there. They're starting to like pile up on the riverbank, which is always good to see. Hope you've enjoyed, and hope to see you next week. Please feel free to subscribe and share if you want more of these, and you know, to keep updated on everything. AI only battles every Sunday, and hopefully more often if I get time. Goodbye.